Yes, so it's a pleasure for me to do my presentation about my work. The topic is Green Microfinance in Africa on analysis of opportunities for agricultural financing. Is a systematic review and is a work based on the literature on the green microfinance in Europe and also in Africa. I will present the outline. So just after the introduction, I will present the main issues and objective of the thesis, the research methodology, the case studies we found on green microfinance and related topics, and also a synthesis of the key points, some relevant points to keep in mind, and at the end will be the conclusion. So, as we know, we have a worldwide expansion of microfinance sector because of its impact on rural economy, and we know that based on many studies that the microfinance program have the revolution in the way to provide the financial services to thousands of some people who are historically marginalized on over the world, who don't have access to finance. So we can say that microfinance initiative have proven also that it is possible to lend to low-income individual and households while maintaining high return rates. And also, as I said, microfinance will be the solution for financial inclusion for poorest people. And now many questions we can find on the literature is about the sustainability and also the social impact, because for the evaluation of performance is not only the financial impact who have the attention of all stakeholders. So in this way, we think about how we can go beyond financial performance, and is in this in this sense that we have to think about the fi- financing also of agricultural sector, but also many rural economic sectors to be to have the finance to for their activity. So a great question we find also in the work of Marvin Roux is about to think about is if microfinance is suitable to agriculture, and also is in the same time the reason why MFI's microfinance institutions are developing adapted projects to enable financial service providers to meet sustainability challenge. And in the sustainability, we have two main parts like social and also economic. We have many difficulties on the microfinance sector because they need also to choose between social and financial objectives. And at the end, we have a third part of issue. It will be the protection of environment also, and it's like the history, I will say, of green microfinance. So green microfinance has emerged to provide financial solutions to agricultural practices while protecting at the same time the environment, including strengthening stakeholders in the face of in the face of climate change. So the main questions I will say for this work is to think about why are we moving towards green microfinance, what are the challenges facing the sector, what are the drivers also for financing agriculture, mainly in Africa, and I will just for the main issues and questions addressing in the document is about what do we know about green microfinance, why and how are we moving, what are the practices and challenges, what are the main scientific studies on green microfinance also, and how do players get involved in green microfinance. You have a lot of questions in this thesis, and at the end also, what are the research needs in the field. So about the methodology, I use a systematic review based on the recommendations proposed by Denier and Transfield, and the analysis on the existing green microfinance literature to have a global view, and to have a deeper view also about Africa, who was the main area, topic area in the title of the thesis. And we use online libraries also, mostly Progress, and also the tool provided by ULB, Cible Plus, and we complete also the research in Google Scholar using the keyword, and additional search also in other database, mainly the database for green inclusive and smart climate finance, EMFP action group. So at the end, we have 30 relevant scientific papers after an initial collection of 2043, and on the next slide you will see how we can we manage to select at the end the final articles included in the review. So I will not cite each papers, but is a kind of table we have to show the authors, the year also, the title, and a few summary and an overview of the main contents of the paper. And also we have in the document a second table with methodologies and sub-dimension of green microfinance. So to talk about the key points, is important to remember that what are the drivers to go green, what are the main points. So institution with better environmental, according to the work of Ale and Udon in 2013, the driver of environmental performance are large, most experience, and the number, the characteristics is the number of years in existence, and the more regulated institutions like banks. And we have also some application of non-profit organizations who are benefiting from donor and support, other support like technical, financial, and who are involved in sustainability and financing green practices. So what is green microfinance? So it's a microfinance institution, but who have a specific environmental policy, with also strategies to limit environmental risks, offer capacity building on climate environmental issues to their customers, and also include the agricultural climate insurance project in according to Forcella and AL. And we have some product and service also with a focus on energy efficiency, including solar home systems, and some cook staffs also. So the majority of green credit lines are for clean energy, as we saw, and energy efficiency loans also. But so it is important to think about the green microfinance is beyond the agricultural sector, but it also permits to promote sustainable practices in rural communities. And about the causes, the drivers is mainly to reach new markets, new clients, to face concurrence also. And some microfinance institutions have pressure of donor and regulator also to go beyond financial performance and to have at the same time social like corporate responsibility also for the protection for the environment. So it's in the work of Ali in 2013. So about also the synthesis, we have this work from Banzal and Roth to show us the drivers and the limits. And as I said, the drivers are legitimation, like donor investor pressure and regulations, also competitiveness to improve the image of the institution, and also social corporate responsibility. So when we put these drivers together, we can move to MFI who are ecological responsiveness. And also we can say that the green microfinance is the ASIS. So the topic integrate MFI into strategy who will be like internal but also external with environmental protection as common denominator. And Carrie-O in her paper told us that granting loan also is costly for MFIs. So because green microfinance specifically, because they have some cost to monitoring and evaluation, to train people and to face some risk like agricultural practices. The agricultural sector is risky, and we have also many tools for the environmental performance like MEPI, who is a Microfinance Environmental Performance Index by Ale, with an holistic approach and management indicators. We have the Green Index developed by the Green Inclusive and Climate Smart Finance Action Group, also with many indicators who can permit us to show that what are the institutions who are green or not. And at the end, we have many tools, but I just chose to show up the main relevant. And Forcella and Al developed also the Green Microfinance Dynamics Index, and to permit to measure the historic of the green engagement involvement of the institution. So these tools integrate the past, current, and future green microcredit practices. And as I said already, financial institution perception is for farmers is risky to finance farmers. Then we have many studies on the topic of agricultural credit who are very rare, and is in this way that many initiatives can emerge, like the MEBA approach, who is ecosystem-based adaptation project by using microfinance tools to finance the adaptation of practices of farmers, also about climate resilience and protection of environment. So we have just a relevant work by Herbert, and this paper is a report of this. It's not a scientific paper, but it's just a report of the history of MEBA approach, and by Solimosi. So I will just show this figure about the climate adaptation action, that is an example from Colombia, to show up the way that we can finance by green the adaptation for climate change. So we'll see the climate hazard, and we'll go beyond to think about the intermediate impacts after the vulnerabilities and lack of capacity, the resulting climate risk, and at the end the adaptation solutions. So the green microfinance in this context permit to finance at the end of the test the solution identification of adaptation measures by sector or rural credit for specific adaptation measures. So is at the end of our work, I can say that the primary objective of microfinance is to bring new financial opportunities to rural population, often excluded from mainstream systems. And the industry have a boom in the industry of microfinance, and the actor continue to think about how we can more perform and to think beyond financial performance. So it's in this way that we have new social indicators and the need also for sustainability, and is the beginning of a green microfinance. Green microfinance for what? For social impacts, corporate social responsibility, from environmental issue and financial resilience to climate change, financing adapted to sustainable agricultural practices, and it's important to think about the need to define credit lines adapted to green microfinance to support the cost, because we need to have capacity building programs and a lot. And the question is who will pay for the cost of trainings, and the corporate social responsibility also is about the drivers to go green. The sources of green microfinance in Africa will rely on collaborative efforts among various stakeholders to create an enabling environment, building strong partnership also to assess green microfinance with technical assistance, knowledge sharing, and scale up the impact. At the end, I will say it's not easy to do this work because we don't easily have access to data, and it will be good to continue the work on the topic to facilitate the future research on the topic. We think that it will be interesting to document a global database on the subject. So thank you for your attention. I'm at the end of the presentation. Thank you.